So,
Cry.
session 29. Can someone remind me where we left off last week? Probably
Fish.
We were
And
just going to
Gray.
take watch
Nice,
in
excellent.
the night.
Perfect, thank you. So, yes, last time, Izzy ducked out just before we started the fight, so I'll recap that. So you were sailing up up multiple rivers towards Cadatil with the Stodromo. You're travelling on the Green Light specifically. There's a couple of other ships with you, boats, canal boats, whatever they are. And on your first day of kind of 4 days of travel, you... What? What?
There was a fuck.
Was there a fuck?
Sounded like a fuck.
I said 4.
Fine, carry on.
Yeah, so your first of 4 days of travel, you kind of did some chill stuff. Alanis was chatting to Ruben, had a really cute little chat with Ruben about both being from nomadic clans and about fish, different kinds of fish in the river and how they act. And then a few hours later, there was a kind of rocking of the boat. And a few of you rushed to the sides and you saw like dozens of fish in 3 different spots, all sort of like freaking out basically in the water, just not having a bad time, and was sort of attacking the ship. And these were the bloody hell, I can't remember what they were called. I ain't got my notion up. But these
Bitey.
were the bitey ones, the like not quite piranhas that Ruben was telling Alanis about, but they were attacking the boat. And you started to fight them. One of them bit Wraith's finger, and she took like half amount of health damage from just a fish biting her finger or something. But in trying to sort of get these fish away, something invisible started trying to pickpocket. Whatever the one that is. Harvey. Pickpocket. Harvey. Yeah, it wouldn't leave Harvey alone. Was trying to get his backpack, and then Toki took the backpack, and then it went for Toki trying to get the backpack. Then Wraith took the backpack, flew up really high in the air, and they couldn't get it. And eventually, these invisible things, you never really saw them left, except Wraith caught a slight glimpse. You saw in their reflections in the river, and they were these sort of elongated limbs, sharp, like tannin-like fingers, just sort of grey bodies. Whenever they touched you, it was cold. However, they weren't undead, because Toki cast a spell that would have affected undead, but it didn't affect them. And these mysterious things just vanished, just walked off the boat, left you alone. You managed to get rid of the fish, job done. We then had a conversation with Veronica, who's sort of the leader, the matriarch of this particular branch of the Stodromo, and people kind of figured out that it was the mysterious package that these things were trying to get. And Veronica was kind of like, no shade, but are we in danger? Like, if you're in danger and we're in danger, then we'll protect you if you protect us. But just tell us everything. You filled Veronica in, and she told you a little bit more about Sarkin Caltes, the guide that sent you on this quest. Turns out he is a member of the Caldetta Circle, who are sort of like the inner circle of Caldetta's government, basically. Like, they're basically like House of Commons if there were like 7 of them. And that's who this guy is. He's one of those. So, all very strange, all very mysterious. And that's sort of where we left off. The boat needs a bit of repairs, so things are going to be a little bit more slow going. You're not going to be able to travel at night, which is where the concept of watches came up. And it was agreed that people would take watches in shifts of 2 people, just in case there were any further attacks on you or the boats. And that is where we left off. So, is there anything specific anyone is up to?
Just my crafts still.
I love it. So yeah, it's about 7 o'clock now. So it's not super duper late. There's no just kind of start taking shifts. So if people want to do some more downtimey things, go for it. If anyone was doing like reading or anything, I can't remember if I said last week before we started fighting, it would have been like 4 hours. I can't remember if that was noted or not. But if you want to be doing that again, then you're more than welcome to. So yeah, is there anything in specific anyone's doing, or we can switch through to keeping watch and things?
Yeah, I'll read some more.
Love it. How long do you think you'll read till?
Literally, probably unless anyone comes to talk to me until we start going to bed.
Fair play.
I gotta
love it.
prepare for before I meet these druids.
Hell yeah, of course you do. Brilliant. Yeah, I mean, we could just call it midnight, so you could be reading for 5 hours if you want. So yeah, how much of your book you read?
I've read 12 hours of 20.
Oh shit, nice one. I might have to give you some stuff soon. That's very exciting. That's something that can take up time. So brilliant. Anyone else?
I'll read for 4 hours and then I'll write in my journal for the last hour before bed.
Scottish.
Just updating on the river
Nice.
and our journey, and leaving out the part where I stuck my hand into water that was fish infested and almost bled out. Won't mention that part. And yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, Dis continues to not know what a Caldetta is. At this point, you think he's being deliberately annoying. But yeah, wishes you luck. And you just sort of have idle chats for an hour. Just sort of going back and forth. Nothing important, just chatting. And it's quite nice. Harvey's doing his crafts. I wanted to be like, what one? But I don't know how to subtly be like, one. Crochet
Whichever
or
one you
embroidery.
can most get away with
Fair.
in the moment, depending on who's around.
Fair, gotcha. It'll even out.
Very excited to find out about this secret craft.
If the other
so
person
secretive, even the
approaches,
craft,
it's like stuffing it in the bag and switching.
Nice. Moving against hobbycraft. That's basically what Harvey's doing. Love it. And Alanis, is there anything you're up to?
I think she's just writing up the notes she made about the fish earlier.
Nice.
So she was making rough notes then. She's making them look pretty now.
I love it.
So she's got...
Perfect. And yeah, you've got the little sketches that Ruben had done that he'd handed over as well. So super cute. Love it. Cool. So yeah, night starts to fall. On the boat, you kind of get the impression that people sort of like work in shifts, usually to sail through the night. So there's not a sort of like bedtime as such. So around midnight though, or 11, people kind of start winding down. And yeah, who would like to do what shift? There's enough people that you guys don't need to sort of, you know, I don't know, take an extra long fucking nap or something. Like you can sort of do like a 2-hour shift and then have a full 8 hours straight or whatever. Like the Stojum are kind of willing to cover the sort of more unsociable hours of it. So let's call it, you guys could do like the first and then the last shift. So someone's staying up late, someone's going to bed early. So who's doing what?
Raid will do the last shift, the early morning
Nice,
shift.
you'll wake up early. Nice one.
I think Harvey will do the first shift so that he doesn't have to wake up early.
Nice, I love it.
I think Toki will do the morning shift with Wraith.
Cute.
I'll do the shift with Harvey then.
Love it, love it. Cool, Alanis and Harvey, could you roll me just a perception check? You've pulled up a sort of a generic riverbank. There's not much to see, to be honest. It's a little bit on from the attack. You've not just stopped where you were attacked. But yeah, please roll for me.
You got 15.
I need a character sheet. Sorry.
I got them
forgot
from
to load
work.
it.
Oh, they're not the
They look
colour ones, are
satisfying.
they?
They're the colour ones. They say, give me details. This is the order that I am. I don't want to be involved in anything. I don't know if you can read, but it says be involved. And I'm like,
Okay.
don't involve me.
No.
Don't involve me.
Wait, no,
Don't
what
worry
do they
about
all
it.
say? What do they all say? I didn't read the...
Sorry, give me details.
Yeah.
Show me you care.
Yeah.
Be brief, be bright, be gone,
Oh.
and involve me.
Oh my god,
Okay.
no, mate, I'm so green then yellow then blue
Brief,
then
bright,
red.
big on seems like at odds with the others.
Yeah.
Mate, I mean this away day sounds great if you got fucking shit, like...
I also got a pen
Ooh!
and a notebook.
Oh, is it the 4 colours?
No,
Is it
there's
not
no
yellow?
yellow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Also, this is a Hertfordshire Send Academy pen. It's I probably shouldn't say that. I've just doxed myself on YouTube. Oops.
I love this, load this one as private.
It's a big county. It's a big county. They would find me.
Let's all share our addresses to compensate. Love it. Cool. I got distracted by Chloe's colourful blocks.
Sorry.
I loved it.
Leave that out, like, it's fine.
So you got a 15, right? And then Alanis, what did you get? Sorry, I've not got the chat open.
I got a 24.
24. Perfect. Yeah, so... Yeah, just sort of through the night. Nothing really captures your attention. Let me look something up. Secret.
So I love the Udi theme we've got going
I
on.
was jealous.
Yeah, we're all-
Or like fuzzy jumpers.
Yeah.
You may melt in Australia with fuzzy jumpers at the moment.
Yeah, I may know in an hoodie. But
Yeah.
I had something. I did it, and I can't remember where they've bloody gone. Ah. Yeah, sure. Alanis, you and Harvey, is there anything specific you're chatting about? Anything you two as characters want to chat about? Or just, you know, companionable, generic talk?
I can't think of
Yeah.
anything. I think Harvey's gonna do his knitting, but he can probably do that mostly, like, just keep his hands busy
Yeah.
and still talk
Yeah.
if Alanis wanted to talk, but I can't think of anything that we need to talk about.
I can't think of anything at the moment.
Nice, cool. Fab. So then, yeah, like an hour, so sort of halfway through your watch, it's sort of getting to 1 a.m. And Alanis, you see down by the hull of one of the boats a kind of blue light that seems to sort of flicker and then darts below the surface of the water and then comes up somewhere else.
I sort of tap Harvey and be like, do you see the thingy? Something? Do I see if she points it out?
Yeah, now Alanis points it out, you do see kind of, there's maybe 3-4 of these like flickering lights. They're kind of blue, but when they're kind of going in and out of the water, they almost look like light as it goes through water. They're not sort of like bulbs of light, as it were, like not circles or spheres, almost like rays of light that seem to kind of be dancing around the boat.
Is there any way for us to get like closer while still being within the safety of the boat?
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, you can definitely sort of walk up and have a little look over the side. If you're kind of doing it kind of cautiously, roll me just like a stealth check.
Yeah, I'll do it carefully. I've had enough of danger in the water.
Love it.
Oh, for the love of
Natural one.
God. Yeah, I also got a natural one.
Wow.
Splash, splash.
Yeah,
in the
both in the water.
Both fall off the boat.
Amazing. Yeah, in both of you trying to be quiet, it's sort of like you overcompensate for the other. Like you're both so like aware of the noise the other one is making that you're like shut up, like, and it just devolves.
Comedy duo.
Both hear, you both hear as you kind of get to the edge of the boat, a sound like static in your ears, like a sort of buzzing that gets louder and louder, and then a kind of rumble of thunder, and you look over and these lights have disappeared.
Aww. Have you ever seen anything like that before? They look like riflings.
Oh,
But I think we scared them off.
yeah. It
Yeah.
was that wasn't our best moment, I wouldn't say.
Let's not tell anyone about it and just call it a
That's
night.
the most important. Especially Wraith. Wraith cannot find out.
Especially Wraith, yeah. I
She
was
will not
thinking Wraith,
let
yeah.
us live it down.
Wraith on the cabin closest to where they're on watch.
Like,
Just
"What's
listening
up
to.
Excellent. But yeah, aside from that, the rest of your shift passes uneventfully. And a couple of people come up to relieve you so you can go down to your cabins. I think you're maybe sharing. Steph did the wonderful tour for us last week. So yeah, you sleep through the night. Everyone gets a long rest. You're able to take temporary hit points because you're in like a safe place to be sleeping. And then as the sun kind of just starts to rise, well, no, to be fair, 8 hours sleep. At 8 a.m., Toki and Wraith, you are kind of like woken by a tap at either of your cabins, depending on where you're staying, kind of saying it's your watch as people sort of get ready for the morning.
Cool. Wraith emerges dressed, ready to go. Goes and sits on watch, hair immaculately braided already.
Love it.
Toki's like a bit sleepier, I think, but has 2 mugs of tea with him.
For a second, I was like, why is he drinking 2? So then I was like, I got it.
He
I
needs
got it,
that
I
much
got it.
caffeine.
I was so tired.
One mug is to wake up, the other is to enjoy.
It's for comfort, yeah, just to hold.
No, I do offer one to Ray.
Wraith will take one with a soft thank you. And sip quietly, watching like the mist on the river.
Was there something you wanted to talk to me about?
Wraith stutters. Like, she's uncomfortable, and there's a lot of silent pauses, I'll say, where she's obviously thinking out her words.
Toki's so scared. Toki's deeply afraid of what you're about to say.
I'm sorry for yelling at you the other day in the tavern. It was uncalled for, and I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting myself to have quite such a reaction as that. I'm not used to having big reactions, and it took even me by surprise. So I owe you an apology.
I mean, you're forgiven. I don't think there was no need to apologise. That was so sincere. When you started speaking, I was going to make a joke and check if it was really you, but that was so nice. It feels mean to do that now. Thank you. I don't mind. I have 8 brothers and sisters. I'm used to being yelled at. And, you know, maybe I shouldn't have walked off with Ulfa. So, I'm sorry too. We only just got Wrath back, and I should be looking out for him more.
I think that is largely why you know, after everything that's happened in the last week and a bit, that my brother means everything. But I'm not used to being able to voice my opinions, and so it shocked me that it came out so loud, and it shocked me more how uncomfortably close to hurt it felt when you chose others' safety over his. I was raised my mother's creature, but I am my father's daughter, and I do tend to have quite big reactions when I'm allowed, it turns out.
Well, you're always allowed. I always want to hear your opinion, even if it's that you think I'm an idiot.
Well, I don't think you're an idiot. Yeah, I. Oh, I'm so uncomfortable. Wraith is uncomfortable.
You like me. You
I-
like me as a person.
I tolerate you.
You don't want me to die.
I don't want you to die purely because you stopped my brother from dying. And you're not so bad, Toki. 20 years
Well-
without a voice, and this is what I'm voicing now. Ugh.
Well, I don't want you to die either. Thank you for telling me.
True friendship.
Now be quiet and let me read my book.
You're the one who wants to know all the secrets. Wraith will go back to sipping her tea and just watching the water and the fog.
I should be reading my book. I've just realised I'm
watching.
keeping
I'm
watch.
You read your book.
Tucky remembers. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm also watching. I'm also looking at the river."
Oh, roll a perception check, both of you, please.
Sure.
Wow, from me.
10 from me.
Nice. Neither of you notice anything out of the ordinary.
Stewing in my mortification.
Yeah. And yeah, after a little bit, people are kind of up and about. You sort of seem to have got maybe the easier shift, really. Like, there's a bunch of other people while you're finishing things off. And eventually, you cast away. Some people have been sort of looking to repair the boat overnight. There's talks of maybe needing to stop in Caldertil for a bit longer than, well, they weren't really planning to stop at all, but they managed to get some extra supplies, but you'll definitely be able to get there fine and in one piece, and no need to really slow things down much more. So, yeah, we've now got pretty much 3 days of travel ahead of us. So let's just go for it day by day. Not as in play every single second, but on day 1, what are you doing? Is it the same as day 2 and day 3? Let me know. Have fun with it. Yeah, Steph.
So the book I'm reading at the moment
Mm-hmm.
is Jewelry Kit Proficiency Guide.
Love it.
But I like to think that while Wraith is learning, she would be tinkering with something. Is she allowed to do that? And I will message you what it is.
Yeah, of course. Of course you can.
Thank you.
I love
So,
it.
I don't know if I have to read the whole book to finish this tinkering.
I'd say, I mean, like in real life, depending on how complicated it is, I don't know, I'm like, if you want to make a necklace, you could easily get like a loop done.
I'll message you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
To make it to a good quality, yeah, you'd need to finish the book, but you can try and piece it together and stuff.
I'll do it as I read then.
Yeah, love it. Cool. I'll say in general, if people are reading books, like that has a time thingy, per day, like you're kind of helping out on the boats and stuff. I'd say you can get 10 hours of reading done a day, if that's what people are up to.
Sorry, how many hours reading that?
10.
10. Excellent.
Yeah.
I still haven't finished. But
So yes, definitely. Yeah, I'll just say you arrive. Yeah, that's fine. You'll get to Caldertil sort of evening of the 4th day. I think I get a little bit lost. I'm not gonna lie. No, that's fine. My maths did work out. All good. Don't worry about it. Awesome. Oh no.
Oh,
Brilliant. So,
oh
so
no.
cute, Steph, I like it. Roll me, Steph, a dexterity check, please.
Excellent.
At disadvantage, because I suppose you just started.
Yeah, cool,
Yeah.
cool. If it's bad, she'll just keep
She'll
working
just-
on it.
Yeah. That's not it. It's not done. Yeah, I get you.
She's like, first model, unsuccessful.
For sure.
Oh, it's not bad. It is a 21.
Oh, nice. Bloody hell. Yeah, disadvantage. I mean, you are a rogue, aren't you?
Yeah. It was a 17 and a 19.
Fantastic. Yeah, it's coming along pretty well, like kind of taking the shape that you want it to. I don't think there's kind of anything that you've seen that you might be sort of like modelling it off of. But
I would say I've probably seen it in a book.
Okay, Brill. So you're kind of having to sort of work out how things fit together. There's sort of a moving element that you're sort of trying to, then maybe you get a little bit stuck there. But eventually the moving element is the bit that you kind of figure out, and then it's sort of the very fine detail. You kind of, having not finished this book yet, and I'll say that's maybe over the course of like 2 days that you have that with that role, you get it to a point where you're like, I'm quite happy with this, but I think I could probably do better. Once I've like finished the book, I might learn a few more skills that I could use to make this like more ornate, like more fancy or whatever. Like you might be able to pick up some supplies to add to it, to kind of give it some, I don't know, like dimensions, colours, whatever's. But that's fab. I love it.
She'll keep working on it.
Brilliant. Anyone else? What are you sort of doing over the days?
Rocky is going to read some of his book, but then I think also to take a break, he's going to read his other book, which is his cursive book, and he's going to practice some calligraphy skills.
Cool. Excellent. How much time are you dedicated to each one?
Is this just for the first day?
We'll do days 1 and 2.
Days 1 and 2. So I've got 20 hours total, in which case I'll put 8 books towards my 8 hours. Towards my thingy, because then I finished it, and then 12 towards my calligraphy.
Brilliant. Is there anything in specific you're writing as you practice the calligraphy?
Oh gosh, I hadn't thought that far ahead.
Just writing the alphabet out or anything special?
Yeah, I think the alphabet, maybe like all of our names.
Oh, lovely.
Grace walks past frequently to check progress and be like, that's a shit A.
I throw a pen at her.
But then she'll draw it out and try help. Because I'm proficient.
I'm sorry for throwing my pen at you.
But yeah, it was a very nice pen. I got you this pen.
You did, I'm sorry.
Look at all these apologies we're throwing around. Still drinking her tea days later.
Yeah. Love it. Right, so you have finished your book. Remind me the title of the book, please.
Oh gosh, it's so long and you make me say it every time.
I know. There's two, and I don't know what one I gave you.
Astrophysical Phenomena in Eurylian Skies, a Comprehensive Analysis. What was that noise about?
Okay, that was me being like, cool, it wasn't the second book. So, are you ready for this, Chloe?
I am.
Read your book. You finish it. You finish Astrophysical Phenomena in Eurylian Skies, a Comprehensive Analysis by Dr. Lysandra Salin.
Yeah.
And through scouring through it, you read the passage. Now I'll post it in the chat. I'm going to read it.
Do I have to school my face into
I don't know.
neutrality?
I've not read this in a long time. So, concerning the unprecedented meteor shower that appeared over Caldetta and Vicaria in Yeeling of 1017 2 RA, many contemporary scholars of divination interpreted this celestial event as a portent of Sancta Unalma's ascension in 1046 2 RA. Outlandish theories, such as those of Rastami, while ambiguous, are undermined by a lack of empirical evidence and a tendency towards the fantastical.
Okay.
Just copy and paste it. Just copy and paste it. Right, so then that's in the chat.
Yeah.
And then, could you roll me an investigation check?
Yeah, because that went so well last time, didn't it?
You're rolling on the same table, my love.
Investigation, that's a 22.
Nice, excellent. You make it. So, you, when you first did this, and the knowledge you kind of started the campaign with, was that there was an eclipse that was mentioned in the song. Happened in, I think, one of 3 years, you were thinking. You couldn't find any mention of meteor showers. Through reading this book, you're able to figure out that the eclipse that you are looking for, you're able to sort of put it together just by like contextual clues and things, other things the song references maybe. The eclipse reference in the song occurred in 1007 2 RA, which was a full solar eclipse in Caldetta, and it coincided with a meteor shower that was visible across Caldetta and western Buccaria.
We're in 1007,
Yeah. I'm going to fact check that.
not 1017.
Yeah, I think I meant to write 1017. Yeah, that's my bad. I was looking at that and I was like, 1007, why is there another date flying around? 1017. See, you get it, you're academic. So yeah, the eclipse occurred in 1017 to RA, which was a full solar eclipse in Caldetta, and it coincided with a meteor shower that was visible across Caldetta and western Buccaria. And so you kind of have that. And then you've got like another day to sort of mull this over and like look things up in the book, like kind of think about sources that you've seen, because it's not just like you've looked at the song and you've looked at this one book, like there's other stuff that Toggy's got. You're also able to triangulate reports of this meteor shower, and you figure out that it was centered above southern Caldetta specifically.
Okay. Oh, thank you. I've been writing that all out myself. But aren't we going to northern Caldetta?
That's where you're heading currently.
Okay.
It's like,
Interesting.
turn this boat around.
Turn around, guys. Wrong way.
What did you get on your investigation?
22.
Hecadix. Cool.
Have I heard of this Rostami?
Make a history check.
History, did you say?
History, yeah.
11.
You haven't. You've only heard Rostami mentioned in the context of this book.
Okay. And this passage doesn't go into detail about what their outlandish theories are.
Doesn't go into detail about the outlandish theories, just mentions them in that sort of one-off thing. And now I'm like, because you didn't meet the investigation check to get the last piece of information, but then I said, Toki would check the back of the book to look up in the fucking references. So it just makes sense that you would. Like, you don't need to roll 25 plus investigation check to look at references and go to R. You find the citation for Rostami's book. It's called Heavenly Intrusions, the 1017 2RA event as a portal for otherworldly beings by Saba Rostami. So I will copy and paste that.
Okay. And when was that written? Is that contemporary?
Yeah. Probably. Yeah, I think so. Like, not maybe this era, but like Let me have a look.
But it's not like
It's not like
of the time.
of the time. Yeah. In the last like 50 years or something.
Okay, cool.
Maybe more, but yeah, it's a modern person.
Yeah. Like pre-Rift or post-Rift?
Pre-Rift, probably. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just say, because the date doesn't matter too much, I'll say it was like 746 3RA was when Rostami published their text.
1046, did you say?
746.
746. Thank you.
And yeah, let's say the one by Lysandra was written like 10, 15-ish years later.
Okay. Thank you. Much to think about.
So Doki's having revelations and writing in calligraphy.
I've just realised what I'm trying to make. I'm like, how would you make that with jewelry making? I'm like, it
Dunno.
would require molten metal. I'm just
would.
picturing Wraith with like produce flame.
Yeah, I think so.
God.
I think so.
Toki wants no part in this.
Flask of water ready to like chuck over
I
it.
think that's what you're doing. I'm like, I'll let you figure it out. Happy for you to give it a go.
Yeah.
Funky. Okay. I'm just going to read over my personal notes so I understand what's happening. With myself, understood. Yes, cool. Right. Gosh, that came out of nowhere for me. Who else is doing stuff? Who else is learning things about their backstory?
Oh, me. I'm crafting, baby.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think.
I learned things about Harveys.
You can talk to each other.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
probably. Dinner time chats.
But yeah, Harvey's going to stick to, because I don't personally knit. I have looked up how long it would take to knit the thing that he's knitting.
Yeah.
Apparently it's 10 hours each.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I think he's going to endeavour to get that done before we arrive at Caldettle.
Nice. I think you definitely.
That's my
can. You've
only
been doing
mission
it for
currently.
a little bit, and yeah, like even if you have to sort of like start again and like frog it, you're able to. I also don't know, but from what I believe, I think you can figure. They're not. It's not. Yeah. It'll be alright. Roll a dexterity check just to see how sort of neat it is. I don't know anything about knitting, so I can't say anything about tension. I think that's more crochet, but there we go.
I don't know. I should have chosen to do crochet because you do crochet instead of trying to do knitting, which I have tried and can't do. What we're doing a dexterity check.
Nice.
Okay. It's a 16.
Nice. You're pretty happy with it. It's pretty neat. Again, you're like, I suppose room for improvement, but it's not like you'd look at it and be like, that's rubbish. You'd look at it and be like, oh, that's cute. I made that.
That's exactly what I want. Good.
Yeah. Amazing. Izzy, what's Alanis up to?
Is just going to try and be as helpful as possible and help out around the boat
Nice.
with whatever tasks need doing.
Love it, yeah. So yeah, again, you're kind of partnered with Ruben. You kind of started working with him, so he kind of shows you a few more things. He's sort of on the Cuevadra's Pearl. He's kind of like the everything else kind of guy, and so he's kind of showed you a little bit of fishing, and now he's kind of showing you what he does know of like navigating and things like that, but then sort of as well just the general running of the ship, like any maintenance, fab stuff. I'm trying to be like, you're doing this for like, yeah, I'm also like, what's happening stuff. You didn't. No, I know you didn't. Go back to Ilfa.
Not bad.
But yeah, I'll say, because you've, like, Alanis has kind of spent like now 30 hours sort of learning about the sort of running, like actively learning about like the running of a boat. So you're not like, you know, you've not got proficiency in like sailing tools, water vehicles. But I don't know, file it away somewhere. I feel like there's nothing mechanically I can give you, but if stuff like this comes up again, we'll be able to work something out in terms of like advantage if you're on a boat and you're like, But yes, cool. So that's kind of what everyone's doing. Watches kind of continue as they are, just again because, you know, if something happens and the boat takes a beating. In general, Veronica says kind of after like you have the first night, the watch we kind of went through, there is another one, and nothing happens. And on the second night, Veronica's kind of talking to you and she sort of explains like, you know, they're not really expecting anything to sort of be coming anymore. They're not looking for bandits now at this point. In terms of taking watch, it's sort of like if a sudden storm comes up and the boat can't take it, because it's still slightly vulnerable, that's kind of what you're being asked to watch for. But at the same time, she kind of acknowledges that this is the first time they have been attacked by invisible weird cold things, so anything can happen, so let's be safe, right? So yeah, are you keeping the same watch partners, same watch patterns? There's like 2 more to go through. I know I've kind of said that nothing happens on the middle one, but yeah, in general, I think sort of stay the same.
Unless anyone wants to switch it up.
Happy to let it stick for now.
Yeah.
Love it.
Wraith feeling less awkward after that chat with Toki and having a day to recover from it. Or 2 days, depending on when this watch is happening.
Don't mind. We'll say the first night.
Okay. We'll start up a bit of conversation about where you went to university and why did you choose to go to that one, and we can up here. But where did you go to university, Toki? Because you talk about it a lot, and we've been to a few now. Well, Wrath and I have.
Well, I'm currently at the University of St. Anto, but before that I was at Bago and Asmua.
Did you start at Clan? I didn't hear it.
Bango.
Langol.
I'll put it in the chat for you.
Thank you.
It's Welsh.
Langol.
Clan.
Yeah, Lauren's really good at it.
Like clan, but like with a it's like clango. I made the word up, so I get to say how it's said.
It's good. I've lost it. I can't think of it right now.
What, the big Welsh word?
Yeah.
Clangfai, yeah,
Clan-
but we won't.
Clangerang, Quindropin. I've lost it.
Clangfai.
That sounded pretty good.
Yeah.
Quindrobo, Chantas Delio, go, go, go. That
Go,
one.
go, go.
Go, go,
Yeah,
go.
that one.
Anyway. Not to show off him well.
Wraith's just muttering about.
It's like when we went through Basman, we found this really tall, big town name.
Doesn't translate to Infernal well. So, why did you end up at Langol if you were living in Petrain?
It's a good university. It seemed nice, small. I mean, Basma and Petrain are kind of, you know, similar, linked. Basma's kind of under Petrain's thumb, but you know, my parents were worried about me going too far. The universities in Petrain just didn't really appeal to me as much. But this one was like nice, small campus. They thought I'd be safer there, and it's good. It's
Safer.
they just really. I mean, I'm the first person in my family to ever go to uni, but they just especially worry about me because I was always sick as a child, and I don't know. Even though I'm like the middle child, I think they just see me as a baby sometimes.
Yeah. I can't say my parents had the same sentiment, but maybe Wrath a little bit sometimes. He will not let me drop that he is the older twin.
Yeah, those, what was it, 2 minutes? Really making a difference.
I think it's 12.
12.
I can't remember. I've written it down somewhere. A very unimportant amount of minutes. So, what did you study at Langol that I'm struggling to imagine voluntarily being able to leave home. It's just a very different concept to what I'm used to.
Well, I'm sure it was very different to yours, but if it took a lot of convincing to let my mum and
Did you
dad
bribe them?
I didn't bribe them. I just sort of told them again and again and again that I would be fine, and then, you know, my older brother and sister were like, he'll be fine, let him do it, and all of my teachers were like, he should do it, let him go, and eventually they did.
Ah, Toki, off exploring the world.
That's what they said.
That's what Dara said too.
Dara?
Isn't it? Your aunt?
Dava.
Dara.
Dara? Sorry.
Dara O'Brien.
Dara is my cousin, yeah.
Yeah.
Or is Yellen my cousin?
Don't know.
One of them's my cousin.
I thought Dava was your
Yeah,
cousin.
I think it's Dava.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dara's my cousin.
Ah, young Toki, off exploring the world.
Do you write down everything that everyone says?
I'm a very observant person. I don't write it all down.
You just remember it.
I'm a very observant person.
That's maybe scarier.
Wraith grins at you, and she hasn't grinned at you a lot. It's kind of scary too.
Yeah, I'm a little bit intimidated, but I grin back. So why the interest in me and my academic pursuits?
I'm trying to understand how we all ended up here. More for, not that I think you would leave or be driven to leave for whatever reason. Not that I'd be overly affected if you did. But there's so much I don't understand of the makeup of this group, and that's unsettling. I'm much more used to knowing background than this.
That makes sense, but I am going back to university.
Oh, are you? Are you still hired by the university?
Yeah, I wrote to my supervisor and I said I was going to return a little bit later. This is just a detour.
When are you planning on returning?
When I've spoken to the druids and figured out whatever's going on with Galen.
And who was the last person to figure out what was going on with Galen? Or have any idea about Galen?
No one's figured it out because no one's asked the question. I'm the first person.
And how many years ago did Galen die again? 1,000?
1,241.
So you're going to have rather an extended trip. How long did Heron go on to live?
It's going to be a matter of weeks, okay? We're gonna go to Caldetta, we'll go to the art show, I don't actually know what anyone else wants to do in Caldetta. Whatever everyone else is doing in Caldetta, and then we'll go to Alano, we'll talk to the druids. I will do whatever comes out of that, and then I'll go back.
You're not planning on dealing with the whole thing.
I don't know what you're talking about.
When you flash green and pass out? That thing.
Well, it only happened once, and to be fair, I didn't see myself flash green, so you might have been mistaken.
I'm a very observant person, as we have established. Oh.
But it was a long day, Wrath was dead.
Can I insight check that it's only happened once?
Yeah, of course you can.
That is a non-natural 20.
Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, it's only happened once. As far as I'm aware.
Okay. I still think you should be more concerned where hell is concerned.
We don't know it's hell.
Pretty damn sure it's hell.
Probably not hell. Anyway, what are you and your brother planning on doing in Caldetto? Because I'm realising as we're having this conversation that I haven't really paid attention to anyone else's plans. Maybe
Well,
I
it
should have
seems-
done.
Wrath and I have very differing plans. I don't know what his current plans are since returning from the dead. It's muddy, like him. Ultimately, my plan was to get him out of hell and away from Father and his toxicity. And hopefully see him safe and settled somewhere before returning to my husband. But Wrath doesn't seem so keen on the settling or the safe, or I don't even know how he feels about not returning to hell at this point. So
I mean, settled doesn't really sound like something that would describe Wraith. Nah.
I'm very well.
Alright.
I'd love to be very well settled. No, as settled as you can imagine, my brother, which probably involves 3 or 4 people, all somewhat romantically interlinked. In some
Quite
sort
drunk
of
at the same time.
party house with copious amounts of alcohol,
And
magic,
Jeff.
and luxury. Small asks.
Mm.
Small asks. I thought we were one step closer with Harvey, but apparently dying has made love complicated.
Oh. I thought they were just taking it very, very slow.
I get the implication that they are on a break.
Ah. That's a shame.
So if you hear of any guilty wink wink nudge nudge of Harvey being nudged in your direction from a certain twin of mine, do with that what you will.
My direction?
Consider this a friendly warning.
Okay. I don't. That seems unlikely.
I'm very observant.
So you keep saying.
Yes. I had another question. I've forgotten what it was.
On your post-it.
It's on my post-it. No, we'll come back to that another time. Those are big questions. Yeah.
Is that all the grilling you want to do for now?
I don't believe it was grilling. Is that not how friends have conversation?
No, you're right.
I usually am.
Yeah.
And we continue our watch into the morning.
I love it. Alanis and Harvey still just sort of generic chatter, no specific. Shine a light in your eyes, tell me everything about your past, grilling.
It wasn't that
It feels like a
bad.
letdown now.
Yeah.
Harvey's lucky he got away from me. Imagine that watching.
Change
I mean,
shift.
Alanis and Harvey also lived together for a year, so I
Yeah.
think they're much more chill of being like, we're just hanging out now.
I have a question. Was it a year, or was it a month, or was it 6 months? Because I have it written.
I think it was like 3 or 4 months.
Let me see if I wrote it down.
If Steph wrote it down, that's the real.
I did.
Oh, I do have it down. I do actually have it down as a month.
Yeah,
But it might have ended up as a couple more.
we can change it. There's no sort of.
However long you want.
I just for some reason was looking at Harvey's timeline in detail.
1 month,
No,
a year before session month.
month.
No, session
Yeah.
1.
That's what we
Oh yeah,
got
I've
here
got
from.
that they lived together for a month.
There you go.
You can make it
That's me
longer.
misremembering
together
my
in
own
dental.
information. I mean, I've got everything
Yeah, they
planned
were
out, so it's
roommates
gonna have
for
to
like
be
a
a month. We were roommates for a month.
Yeah.
Cool. So you already know everything about each other, so there's no point to talk.
I think we need to talk to each other like off camera about what we know about each other, because I'm not 100% sure what we do.
The problem is, I know quite a lot about Harvey, but I can't remember if Alanis knows it about Harvey or if Eleanor just told me.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
probably that one.
No way.
We'll have a
That
chat.
you shared within that month you lived together. Could have opened up to each other a bit.
Probably did. Oh, we opened up to each
Probably,
other a lot in session 0.
That's true. Our session 0.
It's my backstory.
Love it.
We'll establish
Anyway,
it.
we'll have a chat
we
off
know.
camera.
Good to
Yeah.
know.
But yeah, for now, general chilling out.
Love it. Cool. So then, yeah, we go into the second day, which we've kind of already chatted about. Everyone's done their hours. And then, yeah, we're into now the third night. So I think this is going to be the last night before you... Yeah. Honestly, I've lost it, but I don't know. It may or may not be. The last night before you arrive in Caldetto, I'm not 100%. But... are you sticking with the same shifts for this one, or did you want to switch it up? Like if you...
I was going to ask if Harvey could do it with Ray, if she's happy with that.
Love it.
No.
Love it. Amazing.
Wraith will swap to the evening shift with Harvey then.
Nice.
And is in her leggings and oversized protect the unknowables shirt. Unknown.
I want it so bad.
Adorable.
I want it.
I quite want it.
I
wanna
will
be
do a graphic design and we can
in-
look at how much t-shirts cost.
I'll pay it. I want to be in
Yeah.
that outfit, doing
Yeah.
my job,
We'll-
being on my team's
When you're over in a
calls.
couple of weeks, we'll design it. Group t-shirt order. Anyone who wants one.
I want one so bad.
This is what we're missing from C3. I just need a person to do art and
I
make
want
merch.
Cat's crown.
I could do that. I can do that.
Oh my god, yeah. What could we get Steph to draw from C3? Ricky
Steph
stickers.
just come and sit in one of our sessions and just
Yeah.
draw what happens.
It's the beach episode. The beach episode is always in my mind.
Episode, yeah. I love them. Anyway, back to this universe. Yeah, well, yours is first. You're doing the evening one, and then Alas and Toki doing the morning shift. What's going on?
So Harvey's settled down with Wraith, and he's got his pack with him. And I'd be Wraith, you're quite perceptive anyway. So Harvey's like nervous, and he keeps like fiddling with his bag. And after a bit, he'll like put a hand into it, and he'll say, "You don't have to take this if you don't want it, but I made you something." And he will pull out of his bag a pair of thick woolen socks made from dark red wool. They probably like make it up to maybe halfway up her shin. And he kind of keeps them in his hands, and he says, "Just when you showed me the ring and we lost Wrath, I thought maybe these might you might like them or they might help. But now Wrath's back, so it it might be stupid. It's probably, if you don't want them, you don't have to take them. But," and he kind of half holds them out to her.
Wraith will very sort of gingerly and gently reach across the space and take them and just run a hand over like the soft fabric, looking at them very quiet for a minute, just listening to Harvey babble. Thank you. I have been given a lot of things in life, but I have not received many gifts. And to be honest, the last pair, and Wraith will raise a leg to show off her baby pink, badly knitted, I'd imagine, pair that Wrath made her a long time ago. That are probably quite swampy and ruined at this point. I was definitely in need of a new pair, and that's very kind of you, Harvey.
I didn't want to overstep in case it was a thing for you and Wrath, but I hope you like them. And
Please feel free to shower me in gifts.
that's they took me a little while, so maybe wait for the next one. But I know that you worked very hard to keep up your tough exterior, but I hope we can consider each other friends.
Oh, how terrible! That's what all you're becoming, isn't it? I suppose we are.
If it's not too inconvenient for you.
Well, it's always inconvenient to care, but other than this, don't think I've had friends, really. Not like this before you guys. And it's disconcerting to say the least. I'm having a lot of feelings that I'm very uncomfortable with, and I feel like I've expressed quite a lot in the last couple of days. It really does mean a lot. So is this your hobby then? The knitting?
Yeah, I suppose so. Knitting and embroidery. And he'll pull out like his second project from his bag to show Ray. And he's got this he's got like a dark green shirt. And he's working on like some gold embroidery on the collar and on the cuffs. And on like the left breast, like he started like writing like in Galen, I believe.
Oh, fascinating.
Mm.
Is that French
He's
knotting
going-
you've done on the flowers there?
Yes, I don't like the French knotting because it's a bastard, but
No, completely agree. I was never a big fan of when I had to do embroidery, but it was part of my etiquette lessons.
it's it takes a patience certainly, but I don't know. It's just it's nice to keep the hands busy.
Hmm. So is this something you learnt at the orphanage then?
Yes, the lady who raised me wanted to make proper boys and girls of us all. So
What was her
things
name?
like this. Sophia, her name was Sophia Costa.
And she was who ran the orphanage.
Mm-hmm.
Inside check. Oh, it's good. It's a 24.
Well, I've done that 20 on my thing. Yeah, I mean, I guess as far as you can tell, Harvey's like, he's very laid back. He's being very nonchalant. And as far as you can tell, he's telling the truth. Sophia Acosta.
Were you there a long time? And Ray says this gently, like she's not. Steph is pressing for details. Wraith is being gentle and curious, or as gentle as Wraith can be.
Yeah, most of my life, I suppose. I remember my parents a little bit, but I was there until I was 18.
If you don't mind me asking, what happened to them, Harvey?
I don't remember a lot of it. I remember being taken out of bed, and I remember the smoke, and it all burned down.
And it took your parents and your siblings too then?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's why you don't like Wrath's fire.
It's fine. I thought I like it's. I didn't see it. I suppose it's just the thought of it and what it can do.
It's okay not to be fine about it.
It was a long time ago.
Were you little then?
Yeah.
Things that happen when we're small, they hit different. It's not the same as when you're an adult and you can feel it out later. Often it's easier to forget.
I thought it would be easier now, but I guess I still feel small.
I feel small too sometimes. Our mother's dead as well. Wrath's and I's. But I doubt it would be the same relationship as to you were close to your family?
I was closer to my mother. I know that you said that you were not so much.
No. I'm sorry, Harvey.
I'm sorry too.
Would wine help?
Wine always helps, but where we're going, I don't think we're going to get the same wine that we were just drinking. We went too hard, too fast, I think. And now we have to decrease our standards.
Hold that thought. And Wraith would like to disappear below decks where she knows they keep the stock. She's not going to steal wine.
Right.
She's going to take some and
Okey
put the
dokes.
money for it wherever she knows they keep the money for
Okay.
it.
Fair play, fair play. Yeah. How nice a bottle are you looking for? So, like, Montalcino, 40 quid. No, gold, 400 quid a bottle.
Not going for that. Not too much.
Price what you want and say what you want.
How wealthy am I right now? Let's say less than 16 gold.
Happy for you to put a price on it, and you decide.
16 gold.
16 gold. Love it. Excellent stuff. So yeah, you can grab a bottle of something, take it back up. And I'll say you guys ended up doing, like, no one's really doing the more the early shift. Like, you guys
Still
are
a
doing
good
the
bottle of wine.
first one, and then the other two will take a second. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wraith appears with a decent bottle of wine. Not quite as rich as your tastes, but...
Do I know the bottle of wine, Lauren?
Roll a history check.
160 quid worth of wine in a bottle.
Yeah.
It's a 22.
You recognise it. I ain't got a name for you, but you definitely recognise it. I'll say it's still, like, Montalcino's from Petrain, but, like, a very specific region. This is still from Petrain. It's not from that one region. It starts with a V. Can't remember what it's called. But it's sort of similar climate. It's sometimes seen as a sort of, like, cheaper version, but still bougie.
Nice.
Entry level bougie.
Love it. Well, as you two sit there drinking, could you both roll a perception check for me, please?
I think Wraith even brought glasses up for the two of them.
Oh. Christ alive, Harvey's got anything else on his mind. I got a 7.
19.
19, cool. Harvey, you don't notice until you hear the knock, but Wraith, you see someone approaching the boat a lot sooner than Harvey does. It's dark, and there's not many lights on the boat, not really, like some may be facing out towards the river, so you don't get got. But in terms of facing inland, like no one would really, you're not lighting up the area basically, but you manage to see, kind of looking through the darkness with your dark vision that Harvey doesn't have. Yeah, exactly. You see a figure approaching the boat. Looks to be sort of like medium height, you can't really, and like sort of slimish build, but there's bulk there. You can't really determine much more than that. Kind of wearing a sort of cloak, approaches the boat. And let's see, doesn't quite see you see them, but you can tell from your role that they're not like making themselves hidden, and they walk out to the boat, and they knock on the side.
Oh, company.
Should we check it out?
After you.
After Harvey's excellent display the other night.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, you walk over, look over the side of the boat, and looking down, you see youngish woman, maybe like 30s, with she's got her hood up, but she seems to be wearing some sort of like leather, yeah, she's got her hood up stuff. She seems to be wearing like leather kind of Under Armour with some sort of like metal breastplate on top, kind of bronze, but nothing like knightly, but definitely some sort of like metal protection. She's wearing sort of like thick leather kind of trousers, but then a sort of like skirt kind of thing over it. And the cloak itself just looks to be sort of like a grey homespun sort of thing. But she looks up, and she says, "Hi, I didn't want to disturb you, but I guess I have. I was just wondering, look, I'm out here alone. It's dark. It's getting cold. You're stopped. Is there any chance I could share some of your proverbial fire tonight?"
As long as you act as friends, the Stodomo have no issue with making more.
Of course. Genuinely, and she'll kind of hold her hands up. And as her cloak kind of shifts, you see she's got kind of strapped to her back a long sword. But she kind of holds her hands up in sort of like, I promise, like, no ill will is meant.
Insight check.
Go for it, mate.
Oh, off the table. I'm rolling well tonight. It's another 24.
Yeah, she's trying to be open, and you can kind of tell the way she shifted her cloak, she did it on purpose, so you could see the sword, and it wasn't in a display of like, I've got a gun, but it's like, just so you're aware, I'm being transparent, but yeah, you very much get the vibe that she is, you know, woman on her own, maybe recognised the Stodromo boats, and kind of knew it to be a safe place to sleep.
Then by all means. And Wraith will like step back to sort of allow her in the cockpit area. Not necessarily down into the saloon, but definitely onto the back of the boat.
Nice. Nice. She steps on, and as she does, takes her hood down, and you see she has tattoos, swirling tattoos, around her face. Golden hair, sort of dirtied by just being on the road. It's in sort of like a messy braided situation, pulled up like very mercenary style out of her face, but has these tattoos kind of going out from under her eyes.
As she's like moving to sit or looking away for a moment, Wraith will try and catch Harvey's eye. Just a eye contact moment.
Bro, yeah, she kind of looks around, and you see in terms of like, she's got the equivalent of like a duffel bag sort of thing, something that she just shoves stuff into quickly and is kind of on the move. And she says, I'm happy sleeping up. Is this your boat? I'm happy sleeping up on deck if it would be more comfortable. I'd maybe prefer it.
I believe the berths are full as it is. It's not our boat, but I travel frequently with the Strodomos.
Okay.
So Theoda wouldn't mind.
Okay, fantastic. I'll be gone by morning. I'm travelling, but perfect. And then she sort of hesitates. She's like, I'll just and then like gestures and sort of walks like, I imagine there's sort
Where
of
are you traveling to?
Did
you might be going the same way?
Oh, I don't know. And she's kind of like laying out her stuff. I imagine there's sort of like benchy type seating bits on deck, like around the.
It's sort of like a little U shape at the back.
Love it, exactly, perfect.
Which is where Harvey and I are also just.
Oh, perfect, excellent. She's accidentally setting up her sleeping roll where you're sitting. And yeah, she's pulling stuff out of her bag, kind of using it, like puffing it up with some extra jumpers and stuff to use as a pillow. She pulls out kind of like bedroll and stuff, and then roll a perception check.
It's not as good, but luckily I have high perception, so that's a 19.
19, nice.
A 12.
Fair. You don't see
I also
Harvey.
rolled
She's
12.
pretty quick. And she kind of tries to cover herself while she does it, but you see Wraith. She lays out her bedroll, uses her bag as a pillow, but then she pulls out very quickly and stuffs beneath her bedroll, so you can't really see it. A sort of round, you don't really see what it is. You see she does it, kind of roundish, fluffy looking pink thing.
She got a stuffed animal thing.
I don't know, you didn't say very good. You can kind of have a look if you want. But yeah, she's like patting her bedroll down. She's like, where am I travelling? I'm not really travelling anywhere. I'm looking for a rift, any rift. I'm planning to travel through there, sort of seeing where it takes me.
One of our fellow travel companions may be able to help you with that in the morning. She's part of the Ithel clan. They know rifts.
Perfect. Yeah, I've worked with them a little bit before. Cool. Yeah, I've got a bit of a nose for them, but yeah, just trying to pick at random a bit. Where are you heading?
Caldetil.
Nice.
We're going to an art show.
Oh, good for you.
At which Wraith picks her wine back up.
She like steps back and kind of takes you in. She's like, oh, I see. What kind of art?
It's our friends art show.
Fair enough. Good to have friends of friends.
Friends of friends. You'll meet him in the morning, I'm sure, if you're hanging around for a chat.
We'll see. I'd like to kind of be on the move.
If it makes you feel more comfortable, I'm sure we could arrange with Shamrod. That's who's captains the vessel. For us to be underway while having these conversations, if it helps.
Yeah, maybe. I don't like to stick in one place too long. Yeah, exactly. You get me. Just been on the move, really.
I can insight check again, but it's not really. It's just a vibe check. Is Wraith sort of picking up on similar, like, oh, this person's kind of like me. I get it. The same vibes.
I think you do, yeah. Without an insight check, you're getting that vibe.
Yeah.
You can roll an insight check to kind of see in more detail what you get straight away. Yeah.
I'll try.
Yeah.
14 plus 7 is a 20.
Yeah. I mean, I've already said 100% the vibes that she's like not sticking in one place for too long because I think there's people out for me. But She seems like she's a bit older than you. I forget. I have her age somewhere, but I think she is like 30 something.
30s.
Yeah.
I wrote it down.
Yeah. I forget the exact number. I think I worked out and she's maybe 34ish. Okay. But she seems to be a bit more like used to it. There maybe isn't the fear or paranoia that maybe you might recognize in yourself. She's just like being very practical about it. She's like, is what it is. And yeah, where she's like looking for a rift, it's like she sounds very comfortable in like doing so. It doesn't feel like an escape route. Like it feels like rift is like the destination almost.
Cool. Whatever makes you most comfortable.
Bro, thank you. I'm pretty beat, so I might just collapse. If that's all right. With you.
Yeah, Harvey, let's move to the roof.
Nice.
Which you can along the it's not canal barges, but they've got the sort of slopey roofs, and you can sit along.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Yeah.
We sprawl out.
Nice. Yeah,
you see a blanket up there.
Yeah, you see her.
We're now star watching, Harvey. It's so romantic.
Why? We got wine and everything. Look at us.
Oh, you light some little candles. But yeah, you see her down below, kind of shake her bedroll, get into it, and then roll another perception check. Both of you, if you want.
It's only a 9.
Hopefully this dice won't betray me. Oh, it's a 13.
Yeah, you don't really see enough detail. You can go and investigate if you want, or you can leave her alone, but you see the thing that she hid under her bedroll she takes out and cuddles it to her chest as she falls asleep.
Harvey. Yeah. I think she's working.
I think maybe we should have asked her name. Maybe that would have been a good start.
But she's got a stuffed animal.
Yeah.
And she's 12 plus years older than me. I don't understand why you would require such a thing.
Oh, I thought we were going to be on the same wavelength about this, but we're not.
I'm having a crisis of conscience, Harvey.
Why? What's the problem?
Empathy?
Ah, yes.
Oh, this road trip is bringing out far too many feelings. Oh, pass me the bottle.
He will blush.
Amazing.
Did you ever have a stuffed toy? And if not, do you want one?
No. And maybe there was a time when I was small that I might have liked one. But definitely not anymore, thank you. I have a husband to cuddle sometime.
Insight check.
Like to say,
yeah, can Harvey genuinely
at any point?
Harvey insight check her lack of desire for a stuffed toy? This is the only thing that matters to him enough to do an insight.
Please do.
He's like, I don't care if you're lying to me, but I need to know if you actually want a stuffed toy because you accepted my socks and now I'll make anything for you. What's my insight? That is a 17.
Grace does not want a stuffed toy, but she does love her socks and will accept more warm clothes because
excellent.
She doesn't like the cold or the damp.
Noted. Gloves next, baby.
Woo! I mean, Rath's still wearing her scarf, so blatant thievery on my brother's part. I guess we watch the stars go by.
And
watch
your
the stars finish our wine.
first shift ends, and I guess we hand over to Toki and Alanis. Izzy, do you need to go at some
I
point?
think Izzy has to dash. She's
Yeah.
on mute, but I think she has to go to work.
Yeah, I have to go to work. I'm
That's
just
alright.
waiting for a good break.
Oh,
Bless you.
Yes, no worries.
So
No
I'll see you
worries.
next week.
Yeah,
See you
next
next
week.
week.
Have a good
Bye.
week. Bye.
After I wrote down all the questions I was going to ask her.
Yeah, we're free. You should be like me. You should have sticky notes on your pages of character notes.
I would need to have pages of character notes to do that.
I recommend it. You can spend days doing it.
So good. Well, you can do a watch alone, Chloe, if you want, or you can come up and join these two. We could work something out if you wanted to, or.
Toki wakes up early, comes to join the star watching.
Yeah, are you guys not doing the late one?
No,
Like
these guys are doing
you
the
guys not
first
doing
one.
We could do
and
the middle
then-
one.
Well, I was going to be like, you guys are doing the first watch, and then Alanis and Toki were going to do the sort of like 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. one. It was going to be, yeah.
Or we all go to bed and wake up in the morning.
Yeah, whatever works, man.
I mean, I'll keep a watch, but like I won't do anything. Obviously,
No,
I'll just
Of course, yeah. So,
look
yeah,
out.
roll your perception check. You obviously noticed the woman
Not
sleeping
reading my
on
book
deck.
this time.
Nice.
We let
Also,
you know
'cause
as we go to bed that there's someone on the back deck.
yeah, imagine. He wakes everyone up screaming. Perception was that? That's 23.
You, you see the woman sleeping. You do not see anything else. At one point, Izzy just left. In one point, in the night, she rolls over, and you see that the thing she's hugging, it's like a pink stuffed thing, and then you kind of look a bit closer, in the kind of light that maybe is crossing the horizon, and it looks to be like a stuffed pink pig, and around its neck, it sort of is wearing like a sort of crocheted necklace sort of thing, with several, maybe 5 stones, that look a little bit like diamonds, but crocheted.
I feel like this is maybe a campaign 1 callback there.
Oh my god. I love it.
Izzy,
That's my
just
boy.
left.
That's my boy. I can't believe April it is.
I know.
Crazy.
I know. I didn't do it last week because
Izzy, my
April wasn't
boy.
here, and then I tried to be like, Izzy.
Oh, I miss him every day.
Well, Toki's
It
like,
took me too long to click. I was like, why is this pig important? Fuck, that's my pig.
Toki's like, interested. Okay.
Means I'm
Noted.
Yeah. Cool. So you watch out, and everyone wakes up in the morning. She's still there. She's awake. She's like sitting, but seems to be sort of chatting to the people around. So when you guys wake up and come on deck, she's still there and kind of awake you, Wraith and Harvey.
And you guys warned me that. Did you warn me that she was the woman?
We don't know she's the woman. We didn't even ask her name, baby.
Did you warn me that she had tattoos?
Toki doesn't have night vision.
So cute with
Dark
cinema,
vision,
like, shit,
even.
dark vision.
No.
You didn't warn me. Okay, well, Toki comes down in the morning then and is like very,
Wait a
very
minute.
like.
I think in
It's
an
like
attempt
very
to
not
get
chill as he's like hitting you guys.
in an attempt to get her name without expressly asking, Harvey will like try and do an introduction. He'll be like, "Oh, this is our friend Toki. He was sleeping when you arrived. Toki, this is."
She'll like roll her eyes. She'll be like, I'm Ada.
There you go. Confirmed.
And you
Nice to
two
meet you.
are
I'm Harvey.
I'm Toki.
Toki.
Wraith.
Man, who's
Yeah, well, he just told me your name. Are you okay?
Well, that's why I was confused because I was like, he just said my name.
It's not very good with people. Don't worry about it.
All mornings.
Or mornings. Toki, have you had your tea yet?
Well, how do you know that I get up and go running all the time in the
He
mornings?
loves running. You should know this about him if you're going to be friends.
It's a good form of exercise.
I didn't hear that, Lauren.
Neither did I.
It's a good form of exercise. That's what she
It is a
says.
good form of exercise, you're right.
What are you running from? But yes.
We don't have to be running from anything. It's just fun. You can kind of zone out.
Sometimes you run 2 things.
Yeah.
Sometimes you run to the bakery and then you get breakfast.
In the middle of a run?
At the end of the run.
To the bakery for me and bring me back breakfast.
Someone would have to like you an awful lot to do that.
Yes.
Wow.
We're friends, aren't we, Toki?
So, Ada, what brings you to the boat in the middle of the night?
They let me on. I needed somewhere to sleep that was a bit safer than just camping out on my own in the middle of the woods. Recognised the boat as being Stodromo and took a chance. I'll be heading off in a minute, but yeah.
Any exciting plans?
Not really. I was saying I'm looking for a rift. See where it takes me.
Travelling or?
Just moving around. I'm getting the sense there's a question you want to ask or something you're building towards.
I'm just making conversation.
Just on the move. How about you?
Going to Caldetto.
Yeah, they've said an art show. Are you the friend with a friend who's got an art show?
Yeah, my friend does have an art show.
Brilliant. Do you know what kind of art?
Revolutionary, something to do with the saintly canon.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let me just, I pull out the letter.
She's like, ooh.
What does she say? I can't read this writing. Yeah, revolutionary art.
That's interesting.
That's all I know.
Well, that sounds quite cool, actually. I mean, yeah.
Oh, here we are. Depictions of the saints in a revolutionary context.
Wow. It's pretty cool, the stuff that people do and get away with doing. Yeah.
Why would they be getting away with it?
Yeah, what did you mean?
Just that, I mean, I'm not from around here, and back home, I don't think that would have flown.
Where's home?
Oh, across the ocean. I'm from North Valenus originally. I mean, we don't really have the saints over there, so that was all kind of new to me. But yeah, I mean, I'm trying to imagine someone putting together a art show of the gods as revolutionary, and no, can't picture it.
You and me both, friend.
What has you so far from home? Valenus is a very long way away.
Yeah, no, it is. Well, I mean, really, I'm a rift jumper. So I explore rifts, and that takes me around everywhere. But I don't know. I guess I kind of, and she gets like a bit solemn, and starts sort of just like twisting her hands. She's like, I lost my dad a bit ago, so yeah, I sort of nothing really keeping me over there, and yeah, you know, Lipari is as good a place as any. I kind of knew someone that was from here, so I thought I'd check it out.
You sure you don't want to check out more of its waterways? I hear it's great travel, stunning waterways once you're out of the swamp. Are we out of the swamp, by the way? We're way out of the
You
swamp.
are actually. It's getting right now. It's tropical. You are out of the swamps. You are more. Yeah, no, that's my fantasy world. It's a rainforest.
Oh yeah, there we go. Yep.
There you are.
So my brain went palm trees.
Well, yeah, there's palm trees, but it's like
Okay.
Amazon rainforest. Indonesia, I think.
Beach.
Sort of vibes. Yeah, no. Yeah, she's like, to be honest, I'm tempted. Especially if you're going to this archer, that does sound kind of cool, but probably not the smartest move. yeah, I'm sort of, and she kind of gestures to you, Wraith. She's like, I think you get it in terms of, I don't want to stay in one place, and I don't want people to get caught up with me. Yeah.
Well, we all know all about keeping on the move and keeping a relatively low profile, but that hasn't worked quite so well recently with discovering rare and mythical creatures, and ultimately we're not the stealthiest party thanks to some people, but we do know about keeping low profiles, especially in urban areas where needed.
We're pretty good at taking care of ourselves and other people.
Roll persuasion
Toki
check.
especially takes care of other people.
You roll a persuasion check. At advantage, whoever wants to do it.
I'll let Wraith.
I don't think I'm very good at it. Let's have a look. Not Penny anymore. Right. I've got +1.
Okay.
Am I doing advantage?
Yes, at advantage. Have I got a stats? Like, once upon a time I did, but... How'd you do?
17.
Nice.
If Sana were here, sorry, if Michelle were here, she'd be like, I want to keep her. I want to keep the NPC.
But she'd be... Well, she's more charismatic than wise, but... Let's see. So I'm trying... I have to get higher than 17, and she leaves. If I get less than 17, she apparently stays. I got 3. Okay, I guess she's staying.
You're so welcome. She's coming for an art show.
Sure, why not? She kind of looks at you, she's like, I mean, if you're genuinely willing.
I mean, typically the Stodromos do ask for some sort of donation for boat fare, but if you're willing to help
I can
out for
pay.
the day, I'm sure.
I have
Talk-
some money.
Shamrod, and I'll call Shamrod over, who I'm sure is very interested about why there is a stranger on the boat.
Yeah, I feel like, yeah. Shamrod and Ada have had a
happy-go-lucky about
conversation, I think, already. So
Yeah.
they have that conversation. They kind of move away a bit to have it more in private. And you kind of see like a shaking of hands and money passing hands. And then sort of Shamrod's sort of like patting her on the shoulder. And then, yeah, they're just like laughing. They seem to be getting along.
Excellent. Hook, line, sinker.
Look at you picking up strays, Wraith.
Oh. I only have the best intentions, Toki, all the time.
Wait, what are you gonna do to her?
Nothing.
You made it seem like you had some nefarious purpose for...
Well, it's not like we don't necessarily have ulterior... I say this out of earshot. Motives?
Yeah, we're gonna warn her that people are after her, right?
Was there not some sort of... there wasn't any gold involved, actually. They weren't willing to pay.
And that guy seemed to suck and she seems nice.
I mean, our insight check, did we not establish that they're actually more of a threat to anyone who is a threat to her? They don't want to hurt her. I've noted down, they don't want to hurt her, but we get the impression that if anyone is a threat to her, this pair will take them down.
Take them down. So... Oh, I wrote it better in my new notes. Hang on.
I have questions for Ada that I need to figure out how to ask.
So
Okay.
let's see what I said.
So, Joan and Kenza
That's that.
were staying at the Quail and Goat for until the 15th or 16th of Burning, which is in 3 days' time, and have been hired to find Ada. If found, don't approach. Whoops, she approached us. Just let them know they don't want to hurt her, just want to discuss an event in the kingdom of Arius, Valenis, which she was involved in. She's a threat to some important people, quote unquote. They want to find her assess her threat level, and bring her back. But the insight check with Kendra was basically like she didn't intend to harm her, but if Kendra was put under any threat, then she would take him out.
There we are. That
Got
sounds
my
about
notes
right.
wrong.
That works with what I've written down, so I'm happy with that.
I did some rewatching. Oh, fine. So fun being good people.
Not give you a warm, fuzzy feeling.
I've had far too many feelings on this boat trip, Toki. I'm very uncomfortable with it. Wrath would be thrilled if he weren't being so lazy.
Yeah, he's been sleeping for 3 days.
Yeah, I think he's recovering from the whole dying
Being dead?
situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we went straight from him being dead to literally hours after him arriving, fighting a mythical giant bird, going unconscious again, and then basically onto the boat. So I'm not overly surprised that he needs his beauty rest.
Hmm.
We may have to figure out his bath situation before the art show. Speaking of Harvey, you or Wrath mentioned at some point that you may need a disguise for the art show.
Yeah. It would probably be best.
Why?
There was a man whose name I don't remember. Let me see if I can find his name. Porsche. How am I saying his last? Gallego. Yeah. So, you know the painting that Wrath has.
Mm-hmm.
You
have it at the moment.
Oh shit! Do I?
You have everything at the moment.
You're
Oh
our
my
pack
God.
horse.
Wrath died. Wraith picked it up.
Oh God! Of course, Wrath died. So Harvey has everything. The painting I have, previously Wrath had it. We stole that from a guy's house, and he's going to be there, and it might be optimistic of me to say that he did not see our faces, which is also why we need to get rid of the painting. Sad.
So that also means he's probably seen my face, seeing as it's pretty much the same face in female to my brother. Is it a masquerade art show by any chance, Toki? Wear a mask of your favourite renegade saint?
I don't believe so, no.
Could we start a trend?
I want no part in that trend, but
No.
you three are welcome to it.
Galen's depiction, heroic, knight in
I
shining
mean-
armour vibes.
I've already got it down, haven't I? But no, I'm absolutely not wearing my armour to the art show. Valeria cannot know that I'm doing this.
Ray gives you the withering look up and down, very slow, and says nothing.
It hurts my feelings.
Oh no! She'll smirk to soften the blow. Don't think it makes any better.
We can try and pick up some disguise kits in the city before we go, hopefully. If not, I don't know what we're gonna do. Toki might be going just with Alanis.
Fun. I can read my book.
Could you roll me a history check, please, Eleanor or Harvey?
Can I roll you a history
Please,
check?
Yeah, Eleanor, roll it.
I can certainly try.
Harvey, we could practice some city sleight of hand while the others are at the art show.
Yeah, that'll be good. Well, the whole point of the
Maybe from
painting
rich
is that we're going to sell it, and then I'm going to get my money from my thing, so I don't have to steal from people anymore. But
My Robin Hood will steal from rich people. They make the best masks, obviously.
but then we don't. Then we keep it. That's a non-nat 20.
Just like explain to me why you think Borja Gallego is gonna be there.
Didn't we hear that he was going to be there? Didn't we see a newspaper article?
Please show you're working.
Wait. Wasn't it in a newspaper?
New Pins exhibition.
Oh, collaborating. That's collaborating with him. So surely, I mean, he might not be there, but I would understand as a collaborator that he would be there for the art gallery. Don't give me false hope, because if I'm like, he's not even going to be there, let's not even worry about it. And then we show up and he's there.
I'm just trying to get you to think different lines of thinking. Toki's got a bit of information about him, a little bit.
Now's the time to share.
You've heard the name, Toki.
I haven't.
Sorry, that's on me.
No, I did. This is what Valeria has said to me. She said, what's important? She's helping to put together a temporary exhibition at a massive art gallery in Caldetto. They're going to use the exhibition as primary research. Oh, you probably don't care about this.
That's interesting.
Use the exhibition as primary research and do a section of our... Oh, this is so small.
Do you want me to copy and paste it to you in like a different... Do you want me to read it out?
I can just open it from the journal because I've just pasted it into my notes and I can't figure out how to zoom in. Hold on, here we are. I've figured out where the fucking like zoom thing is on Google Docs. Right. I still don't know what that says, to be fair.
Let me get it up.
Do sections of our... To me it says yeast, but I'm like, that can't be right. Work on curating revolutionary art.
Hold on a minute. I'm glad I didn't write this myself, otherwise I'd be like, Chloe can't read my handwriting.
No, I can read. I'm used to your handwriting. Anyway, it's just the... I think it says work. It was just the size of it. It's right at the top of the second column.
Exhibition at a massive art gallery in Caldetto, which I'm so excited for. We're going to use the exhibition as primary research and do a section of our... To be fair, it does look like yeast, but it says...
It looks like yeast, right?
Yeah.
What does it mean? What does it say?
Work.
Oh.
I can't even understand how work can look like yeast.
No, it does, to be fair. Yeah, and do a section of our work on curating revolutionary art as well as the analysis and history of it. Do you want me to keep reading, or...?
Well, the next bit was the important bit, which is one of my neighbours back home is an art collector, and I've managed to convince him to loan a couple of pieces to the gallery for the exhibition. Apparently that's going to be a big selling point. I'm going home to Rabardia for a couple of days to finalise some details with the collector, and then heading to Caldetto around the 12th.
So he's not even going to be there? Unless he makes a surprise visit.
She was finalising stuff with him on the 12th, but I can't guarantee that he won't be there, but...
No,
I mean, I can...
No. Neighbour in Caldetto, and then she was going home to Rabardia.
No, so it's her neighbour it's her neighbour from home, which is Rabardia.
Which is where we stole this stuff from him. Okay.
I had nothing to do with that coincidence, by the way. That was all Chloe and you guys.
That was truly me looking at the map and being like, Rabardia, don't know what that is. That's where she's from.
Hey.
And I was like,
okay.
Understood.
Oh, fine. Then that's the one less thing to worry about. Great.
That's always good.
I still think we should practice pickpocketing, Harvey.
Yeah. I've had some bad experiences with the pickpocketing. Makes me. I don't want to get. It's easier when you're by yourself. I don't want to get anyone else in trouble.
I want no part in the pickpocketing, to be fair.
I almost this is how I met Alanis. I almost got her in trouble because I was pickpocketing.
Oh, and you got caught. The guards chased you.
Well, we didn't get caught, but
You almost got caught.
I almost get caught. So
what I'm hearing is you need the practice.
yes, I do need the practice.
Maybe he needs
Listen,
practice.
if it's just me and you, because I don't want to get the others in trouble.
Oh, Wrath is terrible at it.
Oh, that's okay then.
Oh no, we will not be taking Wrath. So, and Toki doesn't want to go. So, they can. Something else. We can go shopping and pickpocket people.
What a fantastic bonding experience.
I think you guys should come to the art show. I think it's going to be really fun.
Yeah, I do want to go to the art show. To be fair,
I mean,
how long are we going to be in the city?
not
What?
long.
A question.
We have to.
Let's get the fucking calendar up, lads.
Oh, got the thing. Right. We need to go to Elano,
That's the one.
and we need to get there by the 32nd of
32nd.
Burning.
Okay.
Noon.
Day is it today?
The 13th.
It's kind of more like the
Nope.
16th.
Yep.
You'll be
So we've got
in
the
Calder
2
till tomorrow.
weeks.
But it's quite a ways.
How far away?
We said last session, and I can't remember now.
I don't know that we did actually. We
Did we
talked
not?
about the route to Thingy Bob.
Oh, yeah. We're like halfway there,
Blub, blub.
but we're going by foot for the next stretch, likely.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Anywhere between 9 and 12 days on foot from Caldetil to Alano.
Okay.
The 9 to 12 is because you're going to be walking through like mountain terrain at the very end of it, which might be half travel, but it depends if you guys might,
So
get a
it's
car
the
or something.
16, 26, 28. So really we could have like
2
2,
days?
max 3 days in Caldetil.
So we do the art show one day, and we do the pickpocketing the day before we
art
skip
show.
town. Would be a good idea.
Did other people not want to do things in Caldeto?
Yes. But what day is the art show, Toki?
I think it opens on the. Oh, she said she's back from the 12th. She's going to be heading to she's going to be heading to Caldeto around the 12th. Does she? I don't think she says what day it opens in this letter, does she, Lauren?
I think it says it in the newspaper. It don't. Fuck, where did you put this, Lauren? Oh, I thought about it. If she doesn't say in the letter...
I think she just says she's going to Rabadia to finalise details, then heading to Caldetil around the 12th, so I don't know how long it's going to take her to get there.
I think that it opens... Yeah, no, like...
17th.
Yeah. Yeah,
Cool.
it was around then. It was, I think, I didn't write it down, obviously. I thought I put it in the newspaper. It was sort of thing of...
On page 9.
Yeah, and I didn't write page 9. So, yeah, it was very much like... Because I proper worked out. I sat down and had a look at all the numbers, but I just didn't... Did I?
Oh,
Hold
no.
on. Because I might have put it somewhere else. Where are we? We are in 3.2... No. No. Is it in big picture? No. The relic one? No. This one? I have so many fucking random notes. No, I haven't written it down. Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah, why not? That works out nicely, doesn't it?
Look at us getting places on time.
Helps when we're not dying.
Mm.
But I'm sure we were going to Caldetto for more than just the art show. I'm sure we were going there already.
We do have reasons, and we're having this conversation away from most ears, I'm assuming. Like, we're at the front of we're on the foredeck, the very front of the boat, like the pointy, the very front, where the anchor normally sits. We're at the front there, rushing water noises around us. The others are all at the back of the boat, it's a big boat. It's like 15 meters down. Not that big. That's too big. It's a while away. Think canal boat. Other end of the canal boat.
Yeah.
As long as we're speaking softly, they can't hear us. Yes, we have things to do in Caldetto. We need to find somewhere to sell the Klassen family portrait, and I presume that would be some sort of black market to keep it on the low profile but still get some worth. I would personally like to see if I can catch any whispers about hell. They tend to find their way around places like that, and I haven't stuck my nose somewhere like that in a while.
And then Xana
And then there's
also
always...
did want to go there.
Yeah.
But obviously.
Oh, that's why we were going
Yeah.
to Caldetto
Yeah.
originally, because Sana wanted to go there. I remember
That
now.
was like a bigger reason.
Also, we may want to look at doing an odd job or two in the lot of
For
pickpocketing.
money.
Pickpocketing.
Yes.
Come on, telling.
Honest job.
Honest pickpocketing.
Also, my post is there, so if I've got any post.
Is it? That was a question I had as well. Did you ship it? I couldn't remember if it was Alano or Caldetto that you asked.
No,
for
I
to
got
be
it forwarded to
to.
Caldetto.
Perfect. Cool. And then it's someone's big birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll have to figure out. We'll possibly be on the road for Toki's
What
birthday.
day is Toki's birthday again?
The 19th.
Yeah, we probably will have just left town.
Let's put our heads together.
That's fine.
Or it's our last day if we don't...
Like a 10 a.m. checkout situation.
The 19th? No, we could stay. That could be our last day. As long as we take comfortably 11 and a half days maximum. Or like 10 would be ideal.
Do we have to travel to Alanil on foot, or can we...
We can't rift top.
Yeah, we have to.
No, that was me being like, yes, continue this line of conversation.
Or can we, like, get another boat? Can we get horses?
Horses may be an option.
Yeah, horses are an
bus.
option. You could do... I don't think there's buses. But you could do something where, like, you could travel with a kind of caravan party. Something like that, like be paid while traveling or something. Obviously, you'd have to, like, stick with them. But yeah, you could rent horses or a cart yourself. There are rivers going from Caldetto to sort of like halfway along the route, but then from the mountains, it's like you wouldn't be able to get a boat through the mountains.
Giant goats. Giant goats for mountain climbing.
Giant
that
goats.
We can ride.
I don't know what you said then. I don't know what I heard.
Giant goats
Nice.
that headbutt you.
Cute.
Yeah.
I like the idea of a caravan party. We should look into that for sure.
With giant goats.
Because I don't know how our funds are looking with the concept of a horse and cart.
Uncomfortably.
Yeah, I don't know how much they cost.
Pickpocketing and odd jobs. Also, I'm still waiting on some help.
Help from hell, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have been writing in my journal as I do every day.
Yeah.
I just haven't been mentioning it.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. Well, Ada's gonna come back over, and she's like, all squared, I guess. I suppose I'm having a little holiday in Caldetto.
Well, the art show's tomorrow.
Oh.
I hear it's finest dress.
Oh. Oof. Okay.
Harvey's got a spare shirt.
I do have a spare shirt. I don't know if it'll fit you, but you can have it if you want.
Yeah, thank you. God, I used to love getting dressed up when I was a kid, but I've not done it in years.
He'll dig around in his pack. So, because I think he's got 2 nice shirts now,
Aww,
and he will.
sweet.
He'll let her choose whichever one she wants out of the 2 of them.
What are the options? Are there colours?
Let me double check my note. I think he's got a white one. He's got his white one with his kind of like puffy sleeves, little fancy frilly collar, and then he's got a dark green one with like gold embroidery on it.
Ooh, she'd love that one. That's alright.
Well, the work will put to it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's nice of you. I mean, is there anything I can do for you? Lending me your clothes.
I don't know. I don't think so. We'll just we were committed to looking good at the art gallery, so we'll all look good together.
Nice. Not gonna let the side down. Love it.
We may need to do some shopping anyway when we reach town before the art gallery.
That's
Nice.
true.
God. I mean, and she'll kind of like hesitantly like touch her sword. She's like, what do you think with this going in? Any idea?
I'll turn to Toki.
I mean, I think probably not.
Yeah.
I will be
Field blades only.
leaving mine behind.
Yeah, yours is nice.
Thank you, it's new.
Can I have a little look?
It's really light. Do you want to feel?
Christ, that is light. Oh, that's incredible. And she'll like compare it against hers, and then she'll like draw on hers. And it's this like, it's like proper great sword, like 2-hand proper situation. And like,
Can I try and lift it?
yeah, mate, you can, of course. You can lift it, but if you want to try and
Okay.
do some like sword actions with it, I think I'll need a strength check. But she's like doing the same with yours.
That is a. I really, as I was rolling it, I was like, Toki maybe might surprise us all. That's a 5.
That's alright. I mean, you don't like
Oh,
embarrass yourself, but
bless
you can't really. You're like, you can make it look good, but you're like, this wouldn't actually fucking do anything. And she'll notice, but she'll like come up and she's like, I mean, yours is definitely a lot more practical. Like that kills my back carrying that around for me. And you see, it's like it's very well made. It's like the sword itself is like a dark metal, like the blade. But sometimes every now and then when it catches the sun, there's like a golden tint to it. And then the like handle and the pommel have sort of like an eye engraved in it, and sort of sun-like imagery as well. And she'll try and sort of help you out. She'll sort of take your arm and be like, helps if you hold it like this, like move one hand further back sort of thing, and sort of try and like help you steady yourself on it.
Thanks. I think I just need to build up my strength. But
Well,
this is beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, no, yours is gorgeous. Here, I'll give it back. And she does like a cool little flourish and then presents it to you. Yeah.
I just put it away. I'm like, I'm not. I'm like, I've truly. The first time I held a sword was like 6 months ago. Woman.
Nice. You get the sense she's not even trying to show off. It's just.
That's just second nature to her.
Yeah. But yeah, she's like, no, thanks, cheers. It's yes, but I don't know. Sometimes I think it's a bit much, but it's kind of yeah, stuck with it. Well, I don't know. I could chuck it away, but you know, I'm not that cursed. But you know.
cursed.
Is he a sword from home? Oh, sorry. Focus on the cast thing first.
You go.
No, I think you're on the right track there, Toki.
Yeah, Toki, you go. I think we need to latch onto the cast bit.
What do you mean cursed?
I'm not. I don't know. Bad joke.
I mean, I'm not either.
Okay.
I might be.
That's
I
good to-
am.
I mean, okay. You on pause.
I'm fine, by the way.
You're fine. Okay, the way you said I'm not cursed makes me think you might be, and then you're just admitting that you are. I'm genuinely not. It was like it's a gift in the way that a gift is sometimes a curse because you can't keep it. And she'll kind of like look a bit
Inside
shifty.
check.
Yeah, go for it, please.
Different dice.
Ray.
22.
You see, she looks up.
Is it a god thing? We don't have a lot of experience
I
with
think
that.
it's a god thing.
Is it a
Toki,
god
it might
thing?
be a god thing.
She like runs a hand through one side of her hair that's not braided. She's like, it's a god thing.
What are your gods like? What do you have over there?
We don't have as many saints as you, or as gods as you have saints. There's 9, I think. Yeah, this one's do you know Helm?
Do I know hell?
Yeah,
I
roll
feel
history,
this-
roll history check. Toki can roll at advantage, but and then Wraith, if you want to, would be at disadvantage.
Wraith's not heard of him.
Oh, Toki's not doing well. These dice that April gave me, they're
Oh,
cursed.
no.
I think she was trying to get
Bottom
good
up.
insight on me, yeah. That's a 14 from me.
You may have heard of Helm, but you couldn't recall any information about him. Harvey, though, maybe you read a story, a book, maybe one day you're just interested in Valenis as a continent, but they still worship gods over there. Helm, is like a lawful god, and lawful, neutral in a way that like the saints are not categorized into alignments like that at all. Is associated with life, light, and watchfulness. The eye symbol on her sword kind of seems to make sense. He's kind of known to be like the Watcher, and he's the god of guardians and protection and protectors. You also, I'm just reading through. Sometimes like seem to be like cold, and sort of focused. You also remember reading about like the kingdom of Arius has been mentioned, and so you know that he's kind of like the patron of like the kingdom of Arius and the royal family, and so because of that he's worshipped a lot throughout Valenis, and is like the god over there.
That's it's a tall order to commit yourself to a god like that.
It is. Not sure I did commit myself. Kind of was handed to me, I guess. My dad kind of tried to keep me away from some of it, but then it also went to shit, and then it went to shit more, and then even more recently, it went to shit again. So here I am with this fucking sword on the other side of the world.
Sorry?
Or you.
Are you sure?
Yeah, go for it.
He's just gonna say you mentioned that you knew someone from here. Do you need help finding anyone or?
Oh no. I just he was from Regime, and I just kind of knew the area from talking to him when I was growing up. But no, I'm not looking for someone. There's no one really to look for.
Where in Rashim was he from?
I'm not entirely sure. Coastal area. Talked a lot about storms and shipwrecks and.
Lauren, don't do this to me. Lauren, don't do this to me. Did he not come with you? Is he still in Valanis then?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I've not spoken to him in ages. When things went to shit a couple of times, we sort of lost contact. I knew him more when I was growing up than when I was a kid. So, but yeah, him and a bunch of his friends knew my dad, and then I don't know. I think I sort of like hero.
I'm not the person to be
I
here
know
for
you're
this.
fucking not.
I'm trying to remember stuff.
Kind of hero worshipped him and his friends when I was growing up, and yeah, kind of got it in my head that I wanted to be a knight or something. And then I sort of grew up and that happened, and it was all a bit shit. And it's not really what I thought it was going to be, and channeled that into rift jumping, I guess.
That sad. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Yeah. Is what it is, I guess. I've been doing this for like, I don't know, 10 years or so. I mean, I was a kid when the rift happened. I was like 10. So, yeah.
I'm actually listening to the birds trying to come up with things to say, but the birds are like chirp, 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 chirp. Well, folks, who knows Cal Death Hill and where we can stay? I've been through, but I stayed on the boat. While my brother went gallivanting. I mean, I did a bit pickpocketing on the way through, I suppose. But in terms of where shall we stay, anyone got any ideas when we get to town?
I've never been.
Harvey, you've stayed there for a while, haven't you?
Yeah, for like a year.
I did stay there for a while. I don't have the name. I mean, I was in and in for just a little bit, and then I moved in with Alanis. So.
Do you guys still have your pad?
Well, I moved out. I don't know if Alanis still has the pad. I would assume not. It would be crazy to keep paying rent when you're not there. But
I'm paying rent for my room in Santanto.
So your stipend covers.
No, that's coming out of my money.
Oh, Tocky.
So I'm going back.
And you're really against pickpocketing to help fund this room?
Yes, I am actually.
Oh, morally good.
Well, maybe when Alanis wakes up, she will know somewhere in Aldetta we can stay.
Yeah.
Maybe, I mean, with the oh no, because the Stodromos would live on the boat. Ignore me.
I mean, the berths will be free, but I don't know how quickly they're moving through.
No, I was going to say, would they know somewhere? And then I was like, why would they know somewhere? They literally live on their boats.
I've written no notes this session. I'm going to have to catch up.
God.
No notes.
I feel like so much has happened. Yeah, I've written lots.
Yeah. I gave up. I'm like, we're RPing this session.
Nice.
We can note take later.
I'm going to send a snip of my favourite note that I've taken.
How long can I read on this third day?
I was going to say, so while you're having this conversation, the boat's moving. And I'm going to say you're going to get to Caldetil at 5 p.m. And I'd say it's about 10, so 7 hours.
Excellent.
Yeah. And yeah, it starts to get like markedly quite warm and humid and sweaty. But it is a nice Oh, nice change. From the marsh of it all. There's lots of like vibrant flowers, like large pink flowers. There's sort of tropical birds flying around. Normal birds, not ilford birds. At one point, you see a tapir out in the undergrowth. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm texting Izzy. We're trying to put together who the dad is, and we can't remember his name. It's not the Captain XOXO, is it? Is it actually him? Oh my god! I've got to find Alvin's notebook.
I've not made this storyline up as like a little joke. Like I had this when we were playing the campaign, and the things went to shit twice.
Oh my god!
So I was like, I'll pick it up in 21 years or whatever.
Every session for 20. How many sessions have we done?
29.
For 29 sessions, I've been silently begging for crumbs, and now they're here, and I'm the only one here.
I know. I was like,
Chloe, like, let's play with things.
Bless you. But no, it's relevant to you as well. It's like the Easter eggs for them, but the story's happening to you.
No, yeah.
Yeah. I don't wanna isolate people.
You're not. Don't worry. You're not.
But yeah. But yeah, you arrived to Cadatil about 5. You sort of have to sail across this massive lake, like absolutely huge, and you kind of get your first glimpse of Cadatil. It's sort of shrouded entirely in rainforest, and seems to be that the city kind of extends a little bit like Venice out onto the lake somewhat. This massive lake that's sort of like 25 miles long, round, whatever. Big lake. Yeah. Gorgeous, absolutely stunning. And Caldetil really is where Caldetta's whole influence of like, we don't fuck with the forest, we just live there, really comes alive, because it's everything at the drop of a hat could just be moved or torn down. If it just, there's an earthquake, they're like, yeah, we move, it is what it is. They kind of build around, but like never touching the trees. There's sort of high up in the canopy, sort of treehouse-like structures, but again, sort of supported on their own and sort of not using nature as a foundation, but as a sort of helping hand, I suppose. Massive city, absolutely huge. I think it's like, it takes a day and a half, I think, to walk across it, just because it's just absolutely sprawling. There's loads of districts, which we'll get more into next week, but there's the Canal District, which is where Harvey and Alanis met, which is like Venice-y vibes, Amsterdam-y, but in a rainforest. And then the whole place, I'll send a little screenshot of the Pinterest board, but there's, it's kind of like New Orleans style, so that's sort of, I'll send the Pinterest, but everything's in a rainforest. Like, there's not roads in the sense that like it's paved, like it's dirt that's been cleared out, and when you get there, like you would notice sort of druids just wandering around, like repairing and growing things constantly. Yeah, it's like nature's taking over and they're letting it. But that's what we'll explore next week. Because we've got 3 minutes left, so we might as well call it there as the Stodromo kind of dock their boats on the other side of the lake, which has a name, but I don't remember what it is. And yeah, we'll start next session with you all saying bye.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there we go. I do feel like quite a lot happened.
Yeah, that was a really fun session.
Happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Lauren.
Thank you, everyone else. Our update is a Wista.
Wista.
The 17th. And it's 5 p.m. And it's a little bit further into spring now.
So the art show opens tonight.
Sure.
I thought it was the 18th.
I thought it was the 17th.
It's not just open one day. It's going to be open for a while, so...
Oh yeah, but I thought there was like a big
There
opening.
probably will be, yeah. Honestly,
That's
it's
all right.
loosey goosey.
Good
I didn't
plan
write it down. It's whenever you guys are ready to go, and that's when I'll be like, that's when it is. You find an inn, you get settled, and we'll figure it out the day.
It's a late night gallery
Yeah,
viewing.
that one slipped me by. Yeah.
It's from like 8 onwards, and the gallery's super close to where we're staying.
Yeah, super close. It will probably be tomorrow. We'll.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. But yeah, right. I'll send the New Orleans in a rainforest thingy. But yeah, thank you very much, everybody.
Yeah.